Hi guys, Greg from Everyday Cycles here. Today I started to do some changes on my fat bike from the winter setup, although to be fair, here in Wisconsin we really haven't had much of a winter. Normally a winter setup would involve studded tires because we'd have ice and snow. That really didn't happen this year. Nonetheless, I am swapping wheels out. Previously I had Velocity wheels with HED rims. I'm switching over to some DT 350 hubbed wheels that I had on another bike. It's going to be my all season, every season wheel set. Tires, I'm sticking with the Husker duos that I really like, the 5-inch big old 45 North Husker duos. Not 100% sure they're still available, but I have a few sets and I really like them for all season, with the exception of ice, where obviously studded tires, usually a Dillinger 5 for that stuff. Anyway, the DT 350 is pretty much bulletproof. I plan on using that until it dies. So, and time to raise some money for the shop, so away go the HED wheels, which are really nice light wheels and probably better for racing than for all season fat biking. Another change I'm going to make, because in Wisconsin, the lack of winter has meant lack of ice on the Lake Michigan shoreline, including all of Lake Michigan, actually. That means we're likely to have some evaporation of the lake, and it'll lead to more beach being available. We really haven't had a lot of beach for the last few years, but last year it came back some, and I plan on doing a lot of riding on the beach this summer with this fat bike, the 5-inch platform fat bike. You may know we're all seasoned fat bikers here, and I use the 4-inch bike on trails a lot. This is my beach go-to bike. So one thing I'm going to do on the drivetrain is swap out the 12-speed Eagle drivetrain, the SRAM Eagle, for a box 9-speed. The range is the same, few less gears, so a little bit more gap on the top end of the cassette, but it's still at 1150, just like the SRAM one was. And the reason I'm doing that is partly because the derailleur, the box 3, is inexpensive. And when you're riding on the beach, it's going to get a lot of sand and junk on it. It's probably not going to last very long anyway. So I really don't see a good reason to use an expensive derailleur when you're riding in the sand. Another reason is the 9-speed chain's a little bit wider, probably a little bit more durable, and definitely less prone to sand making it not work quite as well as it should. The 12 speeds are a little bit touchy on adjustment. Sand doesn't help that at all. And the final thing I'm doing, unfortunately, but they'll get to live on another bike, I'm swapping out my Paul Clamper brakes. They're great brakes, don't get me wrong. But on the beach, when we're in the water, sometimes even using the flotation of the tires to make the bike a paddleboard, everything gets wet. And sand gets in there. It's not going to be sealed out by pretty much anything. So the cables get gummed up, and the Paul brake likes a real nice smooth cable, and it's a little finicky to set up, but once it's set up, they work great. That's going to go on a bike that isn't going to get abused as much as this. Because I have them over there somewhere, I'm going to go with some Magura brakes just to give them a test in these conditions. And yeah, so it's something people normally do every year anyway, probably, if they use their bike for all seasons, is make some swaps. Might only be to change tires, might just be to lube the chain, I don't know. But in this case, I think these simple changes are going to make this bike a little bit more durable and less maintenance needy when it comes to the beach in the summer. So I hope some of those tips help you out on your fat bike journey. This is Greg. Take it easy.